Hi, it's your girl Jill, and I'm here with my biatch,
Nick, aka Nicoletti Spaghetti.
and this is the Wasted Truth Podcast.
Let's spill some fucking tea.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hi guys. This is a very special edition of our podcast. It's Pride Month, so it only felt right for us to be at the Lipstick Lounge.
Of course.
And we are here with the
obviously.
two owners. Introduce yourself, ladies.
I am Jonda Valentine.
Hello.
And I am
my
Christa
phone, My
Sapan.
headset just fell off. Oh,
We're working on the headphones. We got it. We got it.
okay.
We'll get there.
Thank you guys so much for being on.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, I reached out to you guys initially because we were looking to highlight some of our favorite bars. And you guys have been such a staple in Nashville for a really long time.
Yeah,
and it only
how
felt
long?
right. Yeah. How long?
Almost 23 years.
That's crazy.
It is absolutely insane
Yeah.
that we've been open for 23 years.
I've grown old here.
Well, you were kind of almost old when we started,
Not really.
so you've just gotten older.
44 is young.
44 is young.
Yeah.
28 was younger.
Got him.
What year was it when y'all started?
2002.
Wow.
You
So
were
tell
just a
us-
baby. Were you born?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
born in. I'm a '92 baby. I'm 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a 93 baby, so I'm 32.
I could be your mama's.
Oh, get out of here.
Shut up.
We've got mom and grandma.
I knew that was coming.
They actually call her Crazy Aunt Jonda.
Yeah.
Crazy. Who does?
Our
Everybody?
staff.
Oh, your employee.
They call me Ma, and they
Okay.
call her Crazy Aunt Jonda because
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, you said no. I'm gonna go ask Crazy Aunt Jonda."
And she said-
then
Are you a
Crazy
yes, ma'am?
Usually.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to get in trouble by her, I'm going to say no.
Okay. There you go. You're like, did you ask mom first? What'd she say? And then you
They
go on from
usually
there.
come to me first.
Yeah.
Ah,
And then,
They fill out the waters.
no,
I feel like you guys have a really good relationship, working relationship.
Oh yeah,
we're best friends.
yeah.
That's awesome.
It works out so great.
Yeah, I mean,
We
it
don't
makes-
step on each other's toes. We just kind of go, okay, this is what I think.
No.
This is what I think. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that.
I let her run the show. I'm her bitch.
she's my bitch.
There you go.
I feel like it's kind of opposite because I do 99% of all the work.
Okay,
Am I not
whatever.
her bitch in that case?
I mean, depends.
Yeah.
She likes to have the control, and
Yes.
I don't want control.
Jonda,
Yeah.
I watched what you did with Control.
Okay, Kristen.
You know, you guys remind me of me and my business partner, Katie. She's very much like, she's type A and I'm very type B. I kind of just let her take the reins most of the time. I'm like, I trust your judgment.
Yeah, that's me.
Don't run this shit into the ground. That's my only stipulation.
That's, I don't know what we have in our account. I just let her roll.
Yeah.
You're very much like me. I love it.
Let her roll.
But I tell you,
She tells me everything.
she's like,
And then
I
is it
don't-
just
I don't
in one
need
ear,
to.
out the other? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Back to partying.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
So tell me about when you started the place. 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Was not planning on opening a bar.
Yeah.
But I grew up in church.
Yeah.
So my dad was a Pentecostal preacher.
Yeah.
no
and
snakes.
Not the snakes.
Good. Okay.
And he was gay, but never could come out
Yeah.
because he was born in 1928.
Yeah.
No.
That was not a thing, though.
But I love the fellowship, and he always preached about grace and love, no condemnation, which that's how I was raised. Well, when I moved to Nashville,
Where'd you move from?
West Virginia.
Oh, gotcha. The wild one
Cue
from
the
West.
music.
Yeah.
The wild one from West Virginia.
Yeah.
So you're a mountain mom.
Squeal like a pig.
Yes, she's a mountain mama. Ooh, I like that. I like it.
But anyway, I missed coming here, going through a divorce. I was like, going to be true to myself because I married a man. I mean, that's what you did.
Yeah.
in
Right.
the 70s.
Sure.
So the church was not too fond of that.
Divorce?
No.
No.
Because everybody's getting a divorce at that time.
No, being gay.
Being gay.
I
Being
thought it was
gay.
step one was divorce, and then you were just like, I'm gonna double down on this. Thank you.
Now it can't be divorce because everybody in the church has been through a divorce.
Yeah.
So now it's the gays.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But anyway, so really didn't go to church. I mean, I'm very spiritual. but I'm not into organized religion.
Gotcha.
That's just not God.
That's real.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had finished my degree at Belmont in fine arts and education.
Cool.
And thought I wanted to be a high school teacher, but I bombed out because I cried every freaking day because they're horrible. They're horrible.
Teenagers?
In high school, they're horrible.
You would have been a cool ass fucking teacher, though.
I know, I thought I would be.
Yeah.
She couldn't even bribe them enough. They were just awful to her.
They took naps, whatever. So I started painting portraits out of my house.
Cool.
And it was lonely.
I was about to ask. I was like,
Yeah.
is this all you?
Yes, that's
I love
Canvas
that
Press.
picture of all y'all in the, like, it's almost like
I
the
didn't
first.
do that one.
That's Darlene Shattuck.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I did.
She doesn't like any others.
She picked out the one that you didn't do.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I like them all. They're
That's
they're
the best.
beautiful.
No, that's so sick.
Yeah, those are old movie stars from the 20s.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was
Like the
those are really-
1920s.
Yeah. Yes.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I know, right? They have to say that, not the 2020s
No,
anymore. Yeah.
That's weird. That is weird.
I know.
So anyway, I missed fellowship. I missed people.
Yeah.
And I was just painting a portrait one day, and I could just, in my head, open a bar. And I'm like,
just like that.
what the hell? What the hell? I know I got a lot of crazy shit up here.
As do we all.
So it just went on for about 2 weeks. It was so persistent. And I said, okay, God, if this is you, you can show me a sign. And it was a couple signs that were very powerful, but the one sign was a passage from Isaiah, from my grandmother's Bible.
Is it over there?
And it's
Oh,
on
it is
the
over there.
wall.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
From her Bible from 1901. You know, the
Wow.
Bible changes in
Sure.
translation.
Yeah.
Always will and continue will. But anyway, so I thought, okay, I didn't really have money to open a bar.
Nobody does, I feel like.
No. And we couldn't get shit here in Tennessee far as help.
Yeah.
But my sister and her wife and my ex-wife went along with it.
Amazing.
Okay.
So we got all the wives ready.
None of it.
Not the sister wife. though.
Not sister wife.
All the sister wives got together and they're like, we
But-
should buy a bar.
Yeah, well, we looked and looked and looked, and we wanted it to be over here in East Nashville. And Nina, there was a restaurant here, long story short, it closed within 3 months. It was the Woodland
Street cafe.
or
Yeah.
whatever. And a friend of mine, it was Easter weekend, and I pretty much had given up. And it was that Sunday morning, she pulled up in front of my house and said, "Are you still looking for a place?" I said, "Yes."
On Easter morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And so I said, "Where?" And when she said, "Right there on Woodland," I said, "Oh my God." So
Great location.
we got a hold of Nina, who owned the building, and we said, "Oh," she said, "Okay, you can rent it out." But we were looking for the best server ever,
Sure.
ever.
Is this where you come in?
And I did not know her at all.
Yeah.
And so,
But I thought I knew her.
yeah, she thought I was my twin sister.
Rhonda never told me she had an identical twin.
Of course she did.
Oh, well, that's a bamboozle
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being
So
boozled.
she would go. Her and her wife would go in pretty much every day for lunch out in Cool Springs to see her at Chili's. And she
Hey,
had a
shout out to Chili's, man.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It was awesome.
I made them a lot of money.
Oh, I bet.
She had her own corner that was
Look at
called
this, 75 pounds less. I mean, it was good.
Krista's Corner is what it said, and everybody wanted to go see her.
That was your section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 table station.
Yep.
Everybody out of my way.
Yeah.
15 tables is impressive.
That is
That
impressive.
was very impressive. So we went, and Tracy, well, first we called, and she wasn't there. We're so let down. And then we called back, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks before we opened.
It wasn't long before.
And we walked in, just my sister-in-law and myself, and she thought I was Rhonda.
Yeah.
Well,
She
she's with her wife.
Yeah.
So
She goes, "Oh, you look so good, Rhonda." I just started laughing. I said, "I'm not Rhonda," but whatever. But then we
fine.
asked her, and
you poached her.
yeah. Well, I did keep my job at Chili's.
Just in case.
Because
You never know.
I didn't know the
didn't know
shit
what
show
was
that
gonna go
gonna
on.
we did not know what the
Yeah.
F we were doing here when we opened.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So bad.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was
Opening
so
night
bad.
was
It
one
so
of the worst
bad.
days. of
Tell
my
us
life.
about it.
No, I can't. I don't know if I can without.
What day of
crying.
the week did you open on?
It was Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, that'll do it.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm in here with like half naked because that's how they had me dressed, and
Bustier.
I was gonna say boobies out.
and the line was all the way down,
Holy moly.
and they have a lot of family helping out for the evening.
Of course.
Bad plans.
Yeah.
Bad
And they
plans.
just open up the door and just let everybody in
Yeah.
at one time. And we've got this ding dong and another behind the bar who didn't even graduate from bartending school, where you don't even pour real liquor.
Yeah.
Bartending,
Yeah.
And I didn't drink.
not a freaking clue. I'm like, y'all, I get 45 minutes on just, I don't know. Just
And you're like a
30 minutes
well-oiled
rocks, man.
machine. You know what the fuck's going on. You come in
At
here and
this
you're
point,
just like,
I'm like, do
what
you
is
want to go
this
ahead
shit
and
show?
order another round?
Yeah.
So maybe I can have it out here in the next hour or
Yeah.
so. And the people are just pouring money in my boobs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
this
Okay.
is a lot going
man.
to Chili's.
But if my bag had been down here and
Should've
not
left.
upstairs, I would have left. I would have
Yeah.
walked out the door. It was so bad.
Should have, but
The
she
next
didn't.
the
Thank
next day, I
God.
was like, here's the list of my demands if you want me to return to work. Because
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was like silverware's good.
Yep.
We'll start there. Silverware, plateware.
Yeah.
Somebody bartending who knows what they're doing and how to make drinks.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
What was it? Just 3 of you opening night? Like
No,
serving?
it was my daughter, and she was
Oh,
back
we had
there.
3
She was
servers
a
and
server.
2 bartenders. And
She
Okay.
came back and said, "Mom, please give me my
Everybody- I mean,
drinks."
I was like, can I just come behind? Can I just do it myself?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's right there. It's right there. I
It's
see
so
it.
close.
And
But-
how did everybody, like, just word of mouth? Like, how everybody just showed up?
Well, I mean, the Nashville scene.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, back in the
Yeah.
old days, you didn't have social media.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had to advertise and,
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
do the whole. You had the banners outside. And
Yeah.
you had all
And you
the
guys are right
things.
on a good corner, too.
Right.
This is a
you
very
know?
busy corner.
Yes.
and word spread
Yeah.
Yeah.
through the lesbian
Yeah.
world.
Those
And,
lesbians be talking, huh?
they be
All
talking,
John
they be talking.
Hey,
Texas.
shout out to
They
y'all
be talking.
lesbians.
There you go. There you go.
I need one of those.
Jesus.
A little shout out button.
I'm going to give you a little shout out. Just walk around all day and just ding.
I have that Staples one. It's like, fuck this. Yeah. That's as good as I have. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, it fortunately we had a lesbian that was a bartender. I can't remember where she worked. She came in.
Just in the crowd, just coming in to hang
She
out.
came in.
Basically.
She and I said,
She's
"You
like, put me in, coach.
get behind the bar."
Yeah.
This is
Because I
awesome.
was even forgetting to collect money. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, overwhelmed.
It's like I was
brutal.
entertaining in my house, which was
No.
whatever. So, and then Charles, our bartending teacher, he showed up. He got back there. So they ended the night
Yeah.
making drinks.
That's good.
And having new jobs.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey,
Just
welcome
like
to
that.
the team.
Yes.
Hired on the spot.
Yeah.
But she came back and said, "This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do,
Yeah.
or I'm not coming back."
Well, I was
And we
really
did it.
scared that night whenever I was like, here's my checkout. And they were like,
What is that?
now, how did you get that? And I was like, oh, for the love of Buddha.
Oh,
Are you
wow.
serious? Nobody knows how to do checkout? I was like, oh, jeez, I'm so glad I kept my job at Chili's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We got to wait care. Like, I'm just going to make it. I'm just going to bust
Right.
out this week.
Yeah.
But it's
It got worse.
I'm still suffering to this day.
yeah. I think that all things. I believe when it's something is ordained, and this is your purpose,
Yeah. It
that
figures
God
its way.
it will find its way.
Yeah.
And most definitely, it's Christa and I. I don't know what would have happened if I had never met her. Ironically, I grew up in church. She grew up on a bar top. Her grandmother, Momo, had a tavern.
Yeah.
So it's very, I said churches and bars are very
they're the same
similar.
thing.
Absolutely.
Because you come for fellowship. There's
The
just no
people at the
judgment.
bars are a lot more fun.
Yeah, and they're not judging you.
Sure.
But yeah, it she's been a blessing, and it's got. Shut up, sis.
That's your one. That's your one. You get
That's
today.
your
You get one compliment.
Hit that ding. One, just one.
I love you.
No, but I think it's crazy. Like you said, like if it's meant to be, it'll be. And she was supposed to show up that day.
She
and
was.
Yeah.
Krista's corner was hot, and you were a hot commodity that time.
Yeah.
I was.
That's
was too.
impressive.
And I was too.
Thanks.
I was
Jonda,
too.
I was too.
How long did it take you guys to figure your shit out?
3
Well,
months.
23 years. What?
We're still figuring it out.
No, far as getting everything to run.
Oh.
yeah.
About
It's
3
about 3
months?
months. Because my sister, her wife said, we can't do this. I'm done. I'm out. And then my ex just happened to walk out and said, I'm not doing this. And she pretty much we'd split like before.
Yeah.
Really. So right before we opened, which was quite lovely for my emotions. But
I'm sure.
just push forward.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep
So
going.
here we are. And then Krista was like, okay.
Jonda's like, do you know anybody who has any money?
Yeah, I did. I
I
did.
was like-
because Nina was going to also,
No, that was a few months
that
later.
was a few months later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jonda's like, do you have any money? Or do you know anybody who has any money? And I was like, for what? She's like,
Yeah, you're like,
well, a couple of the owners just walked out. And I was like, okay. I
Yeah.
said, well, I mean, I have some money. I was like, can I see your books? And I looked at him. I was like, oh, wowza.
Did it look the same as the checkout? You're like, I'm confused.
It looked like a really bad nightmare on my own personal account, let alone a business
Yeah.
sure,
account.
sure, sure.
And I was like, okay, so well, why don't you give me 24 hours to think about it?
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't, because my dad had told me, he's like, don't do this. Because I was like, whenever I graduated from college, I was
Yeah.
like, I think I'm going to open a bar. And he's like, that is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
He's like, the only way to become a millionaire bar owner is to start with 2 so you have 1 to lose.
Oh.
And by God, he was right again. But here we are. I digress. Yeah. And I was like, I thought about it. I prayed about it. And I was like, this is everything I wanted.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of plopped in my lap.
Literally.
Yeah. Like, is it too
But
good to be
is
true?
but is it what I really, really want for because I wanted to have a child. Like I wanted other things too. And I
Yeah.
had my mother I was taking care of full time as well. And I was like, ooh, a lot of responsibility.
It's a big decision.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, here's some money.
Yeah.
Let's go pay all the bills that need to be paid.
She didn't tell me she had money.
Oh.
Well, I didn't have money. I had paid for my house because
Sure.
I busted my ass at work.
You had Krista's corner.
Yeah.
I had Krista's
And you were
corner.
turning and burning,
And
baby.
I was.
She
Yeah. And I
was.
mean, I paid
She
for
was
my
working that
house.
corner.
And
Yes, she was.
I
Yes,
borrowed
she
money off of
was.
it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't have like all this money sitting out
Sure.
somewhere, but I was able to
Figure
be
it
like,
out.
hello, I need some monies.
Mm-hmm.
So we drained that thing out real quick. And then it was
here we
November. No, it was December. And Nina comes in, the lady who owns Sasso in this building. And there's this
That
guy
was
with her.
scary.
And they're just walking through the kitchen. I'm like, excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
What
I
are
see
you
where
doing?
this is
What are you
going.
doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, this is, I'm not going to mention his name. He's going to buy the building. And I was like, I have first right of refusal. And she was like, oh, are you going to buy it? And I was like, well, I guess I am now.
Yeah.
I didn't just invest all this money
Right.
for somebody just to buy it because they're
Yeah.
never going to withhold
No.
your lease agreements.
No.
Like, that's never happening.
No.
So I looked at Jonda and I was like, well, I guess I'm buying the building. So here we are.
You're in it.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to put 20% down. That sucks.
Yeah.
Commercial.
But if it had not happened that way, once again,
Right.
everything happened the way it was supposed to, there's no way we could have stayed open.
No way.
When I see how much other people are paying for rent
It's
here in Nashville, I'm like,
insane.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
insane.
like minimum.
And especially
You're
because like East
30,
Nashville
40,
too.
$30,000,
Exactly.
$40,000
At
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no way we
No.
would be open.
Absolutely.
We don't. It's too small of a space to make that kind of money.
Sure.
So I'm like, I mean, if it just gave us, rent.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you know that Nashville was going to explode the way it has in the
God,
past 20
no.
years?
No.
Like, especially East Nashville, but like Nashville in
No.
general.
I mean, I moved here in '92.
Yeah.
I just turned 18.
Where'd you
No.
move from?
Podunk, Illinois.
Where? I'm from Illinois too.
Petersburg, Illinois, outside of Springfield.
I'm from Granite City. I'm a little more southern town than
Oh,
there.
you real country girl. You got more cornfields than I do.
That's right. It's a lot of flat land.
But just super small town, and I came down here and I was like, this is big city compared. Like we
Yeah.
just got a stoplight in when I turned 16, so this was
Crazy.
big city, and I was like, I love it here.
Yeah.
Not huge country music fan
what
or anything like that.
What brought you here?
I had come down like 2 weekends before, and I was like, there's something for me down here. I don't know what it is, but I need to move.
Yeah.
Everything that's coming out of both of y'all's mouth is like everything meant.
It's
led
meant
to
to
this
be.
point for
Because
you guys
we
to have this
believe
place.
that
meant to be.
higher power, God,
Right.
universe, whatever you want to
Yeah.
name it.
Yeah.
We believe that we are all on a path.
Yeah.
And we all have free will to make those choices, sure.
Yeah.
But at the same token, if you literally open up your heart and your ears and your eyes, you can feel and see what is waiting for you.
Yeah.
So we've just always been believers in that, and we both have listened.
Yeah.
All these years. So.
Yep.
And here you are 23
And that's
years
why we're
later.
BFFs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A love-hate relationship.
It's really just love.
It's all love. Yeah.
It's all love.
I do love to give her shit though.
It's too
And I'm
fun.
so good at it.
Yeah.
She is good at
So
it.
it pays when you know someone for so long. I mean, like we're getting there.
Yeah.
We've known each other for 7 years now.
Yeah.
8 years. 7.
7.
Yeah. So we're en route.
We've
Yeah.
probably experienced more than what most married couples
Absolutely.
have
Especially
in
owning
a
a business.
lifetime.
For
in a
sure.
in their lifetime.
Yeah.
For real.
Floods and tornadoes.
Everything.
And deaths and
Yeah.
you know our family.
Everything.
Like, yeah, just
Yeah.
Heartbreak. And,
all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, heartbreaks, big heartbreaks.
Mm-hmm.
Like our wives leaving us for each other. That's a good.
Wait,
good
that's
That's a good one.
my God.
Wait a minute.
That's
When
a
did this-
reality show right there.
Yeah.
That seriously.
Oh no, it seriously happened.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You want to tell us more?
No, not really.
That's crazy. Well,
Just
Crazy.
put that in your bucket for another day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be off the record later.
Your oh shit bucket will be really full by the time you're done with this.
We need
I
an
don't
oh
know, it
shit
says-
button.
Yeah, it says a lot about you guys that you've been able to 23 years is it's so impressive.
It's a long time.
And I mean, and this place is such a staple too. I mean, ever since
Absolutely.
I've lived here for 13 years, and I've been coming here since I was 21. So that's just really cool.
I mean, you see the lips out in the front, baby. You know
Yeah,
where
you
you're at.
can't move them either.
Yeah.
Are they stuck to the ground?
They're standing in water in them.
Everybody's like, they're gonna steal. You told me you're like.
Oh,
"Somebody's
people
gonna
will try to steal
those." And
those.
I was like, oh no, they're not. I said, go try to pick it up. And she's like, what'd
Yeah.
you do? And I was, we bored a hole in the back, poured in sand and water.
And
Smart.
it's
not going anywhere.
For those of you guys who are unfamiliar, they have a big ass seat outside, like a little love seat, and it slips.
Yeah.
Red lips.
Yes.
And I love it. I love it. So where the hell did you get it?
I don't know. They were expensive though. That's our second pair.
It's Marilyn Monroe's.
Yeah, they're
lips.
supposedly Marilyn Monroe's lips.
Supposedly.
I don't remember the name of the website.
Just
But it's
somewhere
like,
online?
It's my second one because they
Yeah.
will crack from being
Yeah.
leathered and all that.
Gotcha.
I remember when we were getting the Hardy board put on, when we were redoing the building.
Oh, they thought we can
And
move
these guys
this.
were like, they're both out there, and I see them getting ready to move it. And I was like, yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to move that. And they're
Nope.
like, we got it. And I was like,
okay. Okay. Yeah.
so then I just stayed out there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're like, ugh.
No, they couldn't move it.
And I was like, okay. Yeah, they damn near broke their backs. And then they decided to get some help.
Yeah.
Because, you can't just
But
do
that's
that.
so smart because you know someone's gonna steal that. In an
They
instant.
would
Oh, yeah.
steal it. They stole our monsters every Halloween.
Yeah.
That
And
we
they
had out
officially
front.
stole them. They never brought it back this
Hey,
year.
listeners, don't fucking do the day. Don't steal from small businesses, local
Facts.
businesses. If you're gonna
Facts
steal,
is
steal from a
right.
corporation.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
They buy in bulk.
exactly.
Right. You get it. They get like massive tax breaks. They probably don't even fucking pay taxes
Right.
anyway.
Exactly.
That is one of my number one pet peeves. Is people stealing things from here. I'm like, why?
Yeah, don't do
Why?
that.
Because if you would have asked, the chances are good we probably would have just given it to you.
Right.
But now you've stolen it, and now I have to sit there and watch video after video trying to figure out who did it. And I will find out because,
Yeah, there's cameras
once
everywhere.
again, super nosy.
Vindictive bitch.
Yes.
I got you.
Super nosy.
Like,
Hey, shout out to being nosy.
She is, because I'll be down here and I'll be sitting on the patio and I'll just be
Just hanging out.
Being
hanging,
Jonda.
smoking,
Just John Dean.
having a cocktail, and then my phone will be, and she'll say, "Oh, I like that shirt. Turn around." I'm like,
what in the world?
I do. I'll send a screenshot. Be like, I like your shirt.
I do shit like we share each other's location, and Nikki will be like, "You're up late," or "You're like, what
Yeah.
are you doing
Like,
over
what are you
at
doing?
this
Oh,
oh,
place?"
you.
she sees me, and I mooned her once. So fuck this.
As you should. Oh no, we
Oh,
say
you can
fuck.
curse. It's
Okay,
fine.
all
Yeah.
right, because I love that word.
It's a good word.
It's the best word.
We
The
have,
best
We have
word.
potty mouths.
Oh yes. Yeah. This is a very rated R podcast. You were
Good.
fine.
Yeah, I felt you guys out in the first.
It's called
felt you guys out.
It's called wasted truth. I feel okay about it.
Yeah. In the
Well,
first
then
5
fuck.
minutes.
Perfect.
On a count of 3, everybody say fuck. If you're listening, say fuck out loud. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck.
Okay, so I want to kind of explain, to people that aren't in Nashville and they don't know about you guys. Like, obviously, this is this is the only lesbian bar in Tennessee. What is there? 22 in the state, in the United
I
States?
know.
I think we're up to 32.
That's good.
We're on the rise
Yeah.
here. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I wish
I
the
love that.
best for him.
Because they're never going to be as good as you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I think she meant that sincerely,
I did.
but
No,
just
it's cool.
exhaustingly.
It's exhausting.
Well, I mean, because if you think about it, like, in the
Is it like a
LGBT
register that you have to do, or is
Maybe.
No, so
No.
during the pandemic, this group of wonderful people got together, and it's called the Lesbian Bar Project.
Shout out to
And they
them.
cool?
Yes.
And at that time, there were 16 remaining bars, and so they teamed with Jägermeister
Shout out to
shout out
Jaeger.
We love some
to-
Jaeger in this
to
household.
help some of the bars.
Sure.
So they did this whole. It was just really look them up. I mean, it's really cool what they've done, and they're actually getting ready to do another. I think they gave us each a few $1,000s, which was super helpful at the
That
time because we were
really
still paying,
was.
our electric bills and
Yeah.
our water bills and your gas. But like, you still have to, even though you're not open, you have
Still
to
got
pay,
bills to pay.
Yeah, you have to pay to have your,
Absolutely.
place sprayed with U.S. Pest Control. Like you have to do all that. You can't just magically
can't
close the
unplug.
door and be like, okay, well, we're not going to be open, so we're not going to pay anything.
Yeah.
That's not the way
Right.
it works.
The show goes
So,
on.
but yeah, we're on an upswing. We've doubled in the last 5 years. So
Wow.
that's really exciting.
Yeah.
And when you guys start, I mean, you're still the only one. Have you been the only one in the last 23 years in Tennessee?
There was one out in Smyrna called Chameleons, and I think that they were a lesbian-owned bar, if I'm not mistaken. I may have location wrong.
That's okay.
I'm
Nobody
pretty
knows
that was
anything.
it. Okay, yeah, nobody knows anything.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like gay bars, like you would say, that are more so towards
Right.
like men. But
Right.
this is like very obviously it's for everybody, right?
Right.
It is. It's a, we say human bar.
Yeah.
Human bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, bar for humans.
But most lesbians, they'll come out here,
They love it.
especially when they're single.
Ooh.
Hey, it's a good place to find you somebody.
Hell yeah. It's worked for you guys.
Yeah,
It's worked for
right?
me.
I mean, I met my wife on on the soft open.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
amazing.
She was actually the manager.
I met her before. Yeah, she met her.
She was actually
Yeah.
the general manager at Kinko's who did all of our signage back then. And we were best friends for 16, 17 years before we ever started dating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Jonda was like, you guys need to just get together. She
Like,
tried for
You're just
so
standing
many-
behind
yeah.
them like, you guys are cute.
Yeah, when
Well,
I could totally see it.
I mean, when one was single, the other one wasn't.
Yeah.
It just
The timing wasn't right.
The timing was right at that moment.
Everybody was single.
Shout out to being single.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You don't get to ding it. You're welcome.
That's a conversation we're gonna add to the shit bucket.
We'll add it to the shit bucket.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys have had your challenges, right? So you had the tornado, you had COVID,
Yes.
but like being like the only lesbian bar in the city, or even just we're in a red state, right? Did you guys have any backlash or any challenges on that front, like back in the early 2000s?
East Nashville was different.
Yeah, East Nashville's always been a cool little
Yeah.
place.
True.
It was even more full of artists and
Yeah.
hippies and musicians. It was the landscape's changed over here,
Yeah.
but I think the overall feeling of East Nashville's remained. Especially after the last tornado, watching everybody once again
Come
come
together.
together and pick up the pieces over here. I mean, it's definitely changed, but there's still that super neighborhood feel that I don't feel like anywhere else in the Nashville area.
I would agree.
Including,
I would totally
including
agree.
30 minutes outside of
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anybody else has East Nashville. You can't. It can't be replicated.
Yeah.
And you guys are so lucky. You got in early,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I
We
think
I
did.
couldn't afford to buy the building.
I was
now.
going to say, I think that's like a big, obviously it's a big reason why you guys are able to
Absolutely.
still be here.
Absolutely.
And that's exciting though. It's good. It's like, it would be absolutely devastating if you guys weren't here.
It would break our hearts.
You guys are such a good,
And we've talked about it. We're like, what if something happened?
Yeah.
And we're like, we would have to move.
I mean,
I
well,
could
yeah,
not
you guys got
drive
some.
past this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It would
I
break
saw
my heart
it.
on a daily basis.
Yeah. But you guys got some damage from the tornado, right?
tell us about that.
It was not fun times.
No,
That was the
no.
Friday night, right?
It was a Monday night.
It was a Monday night.
And I
we
know
were,
that.
we were
Yeah,
working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It was a Monday because we were
Yeah.
closed. Thank God, because that patio would have been open and it probably would have killed
Again,
numerous people.
another
Yeah.
thing that happened that was in your favor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
And you were in California.
No, my wife was in California.
Where were you? You weren't here either.
I was. My daughter was having John
That's
in
right.
Savannah.
Microphone a little closer. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. So I was at home, and we have French doors that go between our bedroom and the office. It was a nursery, but now it's an office. And the French doors literally came open, and I was like,
Oh.
I was like, what is that? And what do we all do when we first wake up? We grab our phones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
Yep.
see missed call, missed call, missed call, missed call. All these text messages. Jonda's on there, Ellie's on there. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
What the fuck
what is
happened?
going on?
What is going on?
No sirens are going off. I've heard not one siren, and they're right by your house. But
What is
we
it, like
should
1
be-
a.m. at this point? 2
I
a.m.?
don't remember.
Yeah, it was
It was
around
around
1
like
a.m.
midnight or 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when we like closed early because it was so slow.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that was around that time. But
That's so
Yeah, I
deep.
was like, well,
So
let me
scary.
see what's going on. I'm like, they're like, oh my God, you guys take cover, like this. And I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm going to head down to the bar. And we had our kiddo there. And I was like, you stay home. Just let me go by myself. And I came down here. I was like, and she's out of town. So I'm just like standing out here. And I'm just like, whoa.
Whoa.
yeah.
Well, the
And
window was
here comes,
out.
well, yeah, it blew out all the windows and the light and all that. And the whole patio is gone. And I'm standing out there, and here comes Kathy Mack, who's one of my dearest friends and sound
Wonderful.
engineer
Hey,
extraordinaire.
shout out to her.
Yeah, Kathy Mack's awesome. And then Stephen Mason showed up. I mean, I didn't call these people, but they knew I'd be down here, and we're just hugging and loving. It was just like, ugh,
Having a moment.
this sucks so freaking bad.
Did.
And I'm like, okay, well, it's time to get to work.
Let's
Yeah.
pick up the
And,
pieces.
and everybody who showed up, I mean,
It's amazing.
can I come help you? And I'm like, I don't know what to ask you to do.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just pick things up
Yeah.
until we figure it out. And I'm like, okay, like I had people cleaning out walk-in coolers. It's like all this has to go. We have no electricity. Working in the dark.
Yeah.
We've got like some light trying to plug in places, just
It's
it was
crazy.
insane. Just
And I
insane.
felt bad because I.
Of course, she's out of town.
Nifty timing.
Yeah, great timing, Annabeth.
Well, that's John. My grandson decided to be born at that time.
How
It was a
dare
tornado.
you?
At least she named him after my father. It's fine.
John, yes.
Forgiven.
Isn't it weird that her dad's name
This is creepy.
is Olin? No, sorry.
John.
John Olin.
Okay.
Oland.
And my dad's name is Roland John.
Oh, funny.
I'm telling, like, there's
That's
something
not
going on in
crazy.
this building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we say we're soulmates, like people get that super confused. It's not. That doesn't mean you're
not.
lovers
No.
and all that. kind
Right,
of
right,
stuff.
right.
And it took us a long time to figure that out.
Yeah,
Like
it
where
did.
do, and especially with lesbian relationships, like it's so hard. Like, are you friends or are you lovers? It's a very fine line.
No one
Yeah.
knows.
Because you kiss everybody.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
kind of kiss is it?
Right, right,
Like,
right.
and then we finally figured out that we're supposed to be in each other's lives 1,000,000%, but just
Right.
not like that. So
Yeah.
we don't
Like
show
that.
up like that. We show up like this. And we genuinely, we were just talking about like what true friendship and love is last week. And I was like, if you truly love someone and care about someone, no matter what happens, no matter how bad they hurt your feelings, no matter any of that, you look at them and go, you really hurt my feelings. Can we please figure this out?
Yeah.
Because you love that
Right.
person too much to lose them out of your
Right.
life. And
It's all
I
about
feel like-
communication.
yeah.
It
I love
is.
that.
It
Don't do
really
that.
is.
Anyway,
And
tornadoes
sex.
and
Amen. Hallelujah.
perf.
Which lesbians tend to forget about after 5 or 6 years.
Sure, sure.
Is that not correct?
Look, my hips hurt.
Oh my God.
I mean, shit, even me, I'm not a lesbian, but you be forgetting about it sometimes. Especially after a baby.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
Oh,
help.
yeah.
Well, that's amazing. So you guys have upstairs. Tell us about
Yes.
upstairs, and then we got to talk about that shit you got going
We
on
could
in the
just
back.
we can just skip the upstairs.
Okay.
That's fine.
Cute little upper lips, good
Yeah.
cigar situation.
Yeah.
But,
Cigars.
but let's talk about what you have going on in the back. It's amazing.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
whole extension.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
a little tour before we started recording. And I'm
Yeah.
like so pumped about
It's
it.
The
It's so
exclusive.
sick.
right
Including
here.
the patio, it's a little bit over 2,000 square feet. which is-
Amazing.
This
Yeah.
is only 1,000,
Yeah.
and that includes the stage and the bar. And
Yeah.
all. So it's just, it looks like this gigantic, massive
Yeah, it does.
space.
Yeah.
And the bar was so much fun. I got to actually design this bar when we moved it from the side.
Uh-huh.
And to be able to do this one was even better. I was like, look at all this space.
Yeah.
I shall make a gigantic bar.
You said earlier, like it's your
This
dream
is-
bar, right?
This
It
is
is,
her
yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
This is her
I literally
baby.
drew these plans up.
Yep.
What,
She's
in,
done all the work.
in 2004, I
Oh,
drew
wow.
up the plans
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I've wanted it for that long. Now my wife redrew them and made them look a lot prettier. But like I had my old sketches
Yeah.
and I was like, I mean, I knew I was gonna have a video wall. Like I just had it on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I had already drawn all this up all those years ago. I was like, we're gonna have a sports bar one day. Like we're gonna do this. So
yeah.
and here we are.
How many TVs?
39.
39.
Working on a 40th.
Yeah, I need a ding. Yeah, 39.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
39
And
TVs.
they're right. We do need like one of those little small TVs with
Just
like
to
the
make
little
it an
rabbit
even
ears. So
40,
we have
make it-
40.
Yeah.
So we have 40.
Yeah.
Again, that's really cool. I mean,
Yes.
when's the last time you've been to a woman-owned
Sports bar.
Sports bar.
With 39 TVs.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Never.
But I do want to go to the sports bra.
What's that?
I've
What's the
heard
sports
about
bra?
it.
It's up in Washington.
Yes.
I love
No,
the name.
Portland.
That name is
The
amazing.
sports bra is an
oh my
awesome
God.
name.
Yeah. Well, they're actually franchising now. So they're opening up several of them.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Jenny McEwen, she's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't met her yet, but like I just pay attention to her. I think it's lovely what they're doing. And
Yeah.
then, what is it? Pearl Bar in Houston, Dallas. One of those.
Yeah.
Has opened up. They win the name of all names, though, y'all.
What is it?
It's called Side Piece. I may have snorted when I heard that. I was like, that's
a good one.
brilliant. Because I love
Yeah.
to be like
That's
a
fun
good
and
one.
funny. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, they so beat me on everything, but I'm not mad. I'm so happy for them. That
Yeah, that's
this
awesome.
is my side piece.
This is my side piece.
Love
Do you
it.
guys have a name for that one back there? If you don't-
Chapstick.
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 Yeah. And it's not going to be its own entity.
No,
it's
it's
definitely
just-
just a part of lipstick. We're just naming it like you call your bedroom your master bedroom.
Right,
Your-
right, right.
Exactly.
Your bathroom your master bathroom, or your dining room your dining room. That's just our chapstick. That's
I
where we're
love it. It's such a
where we're
good
getting
play
these-
on words.
being sporty spice.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got posh spice in the front, sporty spice in the back.
Exactly.
I'm
See,
excited
you get
for
it.
whatever shit you got going on back there, parties and theme parties or whatever the hell you may do.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
What are we thinking date wise? Like when it's gonna open?
Well, I just put it out in the atmosphere. Well, my first atmosphere was May 7th to May 15th.
Yeah.
So that did not happen.
Never goes to plan ever.
So, and
Yeah.
that's
Never.
okay. You know, we just got our booths in. We're waiting for our use and occupancy. We've got to redo some licensing. So I'm
usual.
hoping by, like, my goal is July 18th, which would be my dad's birthday.
Yes.
And that would
That's
make my
what
heart super happy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's our goal.
I feel like now that you
see.
put it out in the air, it's gonna happen.
I feel like it will
I
happen.
like it.
Yeah.
Y'all be
And if it
manifesting the
doesn't,
shit out of
then-
stuff.
And if it doesn't, you know what I told, and we talk about it all the time. It's like, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen.
Timing.
Like,
Timing.
I can get mad. I can do all that. It does not solve anything at all.
It's not
except
gonna
for
change
just
anything.
getting
No.
me anxious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that sucks. Well, we'll fix it. We'll
Yep.
move on and
It
we'll
is what
figure
it
out.
is.
And here's the new plan.
Yeah. Keep on
We're like
trucking.
on plan triple Z or something at this point.
Oh
though.
yeah, you need
Yeah.
more letters.
Yeah.
You need more letters
Maybe
at
we
that
need
point.
some subsets of numbers in there and just
There
kind
you
of
go.
mess it all up.
Yeah.
She loves numbers.
Well, I'm excited. We're gonna definitely be
Oh yeah.
we're gonna be coming here. And we
Good.
were saying when you were showing us before
Good.
before we recorded, anytime our guy friends are like, we gotta go somewhere with TVs, and we're like, I got a place.
There you go.
Let's go.
And they can go there. You can come here. It's like a win-win for
It is.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then y'all have karaoke, which
7 nights a week.
7 nights a week, like from the minute you open, or do you have a certain time limit or
So-
time you start?
We usually have an event before like when I say usually, like Mondays we don't typically. Tuesdays we do R&BW a couple times a month on the first and third Tuesdays. It's new and upcoming queer artists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we have karaoke after. Wednesdays we have our Figure It Out with our head queen Kennedy and Scott on Wednesdays until 9ish because you know queens in time.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
and then right after that is karaoke. Thursdays we do drag bingo or trivia. Once again, queens. So yeah, time wise, it's
Yeah.
just whenever they're done.
Yep.
Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes we have live music, sometimes we don't. Just depends on the week.
Yeah.
And then of course karaoke.
Yeah.
It's
And
every
then-
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night we start early.
Every night.
And you never know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it's like a
And that's
Yes.
the truth.
Which is cool.
Tell us about some famous people that came in. We were talking about one earlier.
I know Melissa Etheridge.
Shout out to
y'all.
Melissa.
My
But like the cool story that you were telling us about the fact, like,
my baby heart could hardly handle it.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I saw her, I've always just thought how cool it would be if she showed up here.
yeah,
And of course, sweet little Ashley McBride,
Yeah.
who started here a
Right.
million years ago. So proud of her. And Shelley Fairchild, who was our resident artist, and Shelley Tackett, who was with them and has played here a million times as well. One of my favorite nights was when Leanne Womack was sitting up here at the front
Yeah.
booth. She gets up to sing Leanne Womack in the style of Leanne Womack. And like 10 minutes later, people come. Like this is not long
Rushing
after
in.
social like
Yeah.
text messages and all
Yeah.
that. People are like, and
Flooding
everybody's
it.
walking in and looking right over here. Like they knew she was sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are just so ridiculous. But they all like
Way to
let
be
her do
subtle.
her thing.
I know.
You know?
yeah.
I mean, Pam Tillis used to come in here quite often.
Right.
You get a lot of people. I mean, I see Casey Musgraves in here all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Maren Morris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lauren,
Oh,
the one in Orange is the New Black.
oh.
And,
Prapon.
and
Oh,
also, she's been in here a couple times.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
She's a karaoke queen. I love it.
I love
She
that.
kills it. Tiffany.
Tiffany.
No. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So,
like,
80s.
Okay.
So
I
Tiffany was
think
like a
I'm
big one.
alone now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yes.
Has
yes.
come in
Got
here and
it.
sung her own songs a couple times.
Hey, you
She's-
got a
I love
beautiful
it.
voice over there.
She sang backup for Ronnie Millsap and Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just get cooler by the minute.
Yeah.
What the hell?
She's such a badass.
yeah.
More.
More. Your tattoos are awesome. Okay, so she's wearing these really cool striped pants, and I've been wanting to ask you where the hell you got them because I want some.
Free people.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
They look very comfortable.
They're
I'm
very
jealous.
gay.
I'm very free.
Super gay. Hey, we love
Super
gay.
gay. Yes.
The theme of
Yes.
the time. Super gay.
Yeah. Theme of the episode is yes.
Name of the episode, Super Gay.
Super gay.
Without a cape.
Super gay without a cape.
Ding.
We might as well just turn this over to
Right.
this thing.
Might as
Whatever.
well.
we ding way too much. We can't just.
So now I want to get into I don't know, what's some crazy shit that's happened here outside of a fucking weather event.
Yeah, right.
Oh well, other than that, we're totally boring.
We get a lot of a theme that we've realized that we didn't understand that's so common in every single bar is there's shit somewhere. Someone's shitting their pants. They're shitting on a wall
Or shit down the steps.
Or down the stairs.
See?
There's always a
I was
shit
like,
story.
well, it had to be a woman in a dress without any underwear on.
Oh,
Of course.
That's
easy
the only way you
access.
can shit up and down the stairs, right? Like that's the only way that
Was
that
it
can actually.
wet or was it just like
Poop?
little
Yep.
little mouse
It's
turds?
We don't. Okay, it was poop. We don't have to explain what
Yeah.
kind of shit it was.
And then we
like-
had.
Oh god.
Wait, did you check the camera? Were you being nosy and you were checking
we
the
didn't have
cameras?
cameras.
We didn't
in
have
there.
cameras back then.
But
This
she
is back-
just let it rip.
just all
Yeah,
the way
all the
up
way
the
down.
stairs. And I was like,
Holy
Oh,
moly.
and the bar wasn't that busy. And I was like, girl,
Ma'am.
if you got a poo poo, you go to the bathroom.
Right over here.
And then we had doo-doo-thong.
Yeah, God.
Wait, is
We went-
doo-doo-thong
no names.
the name of the episode?
Dude, well, this
Tell us about doo-doo-thong.
this was bad, y'all.
Okay,
I
tell
mean,
us.
God.
oh.
In the chair. We threw the chair away.
So bar stools. No,
Yeah.
I think the bar was the other way.
What?
I think that's how long
like
that was.
along
Yeah.
the side of the wall.
And we had like those, like leather back, not real leather.
Yeah,
the
foam,
pleather.
Yeah, the pleather.
The
The
pleather
pleather,
backed,
yeah.
like the swivel chairs.
Yeah.
That were the cheapest ones you could get
Yeah.
at the time.
back support. That's all I care about.
Well, this older lady, and I mean, she was older. She was in her 70s.
Oh, wearing a thong? Okay. Freaky.
Well, we didn't know
She's
she
a
was
freaky
until
grandma.
a little
Until
bit
it was in the
later.
trash can.
So the bartender was like, "Oh, we have a little problem up here," and I was like, "Oh, somebody has shit the chair." Just shit the whole entire chair.
Shit the chair.
So I was like, "They're like, what do you?" I was like, "We take to the dumpster."
Take
Yeah.
Just
to the
we're not
dumpster.
cleaning.
Yeah, we're not attempting
Like
to clean
that's where
this.
I am at this point. I'm
It's
like,
not worth it.
$120 chair or
No.
touching poop. Bye bye.
No.
So I go in the bathroom and I'm like, oh, well, they were not done.
Oh. Oh
No,
no.
there was no
It
trail
was
this time.
done.
Okay.
Yay, no
that's good.
trail.
Okay.
Um,
So she was able to hold it from
the
the
They
chair.
literally just, I mean,
Toilet.
all over the walls, all
Awful.
over the. I don't even know how you like propel your ass to go that high.
It's
It was pretty
explosion.
impressive.
Oh my
Explosion.
God.
And then
It makes
there
you wonder.
is a pair of thongs,
in the
very heavily soiled, in the toilet. I mean, in the
trash
garbage.
can.
And I was like,
Close the bathroom.
should we just burn it
Close-
down?
yeah.
Like at this point,
Close this
you know what?
bathroom
Do
do we
down.
just close the whole place?
20 years was a long
Yeah.
run.
Close
Shut the
it.
doors.
And then my friend Doodah,
Yeah.
not to be
Not
confused
doo-doo.
with
With
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Doodah was like, I got you, sis. I got you.
It really does take
She
a.
did.
It takes
She
a
did.
village.
Because I mean, at that point, I was like, we're gonna have to torch the whole place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're done.
I've got to quit my job.
Yeah.
I can't deal with all the heavy poop.
that one time, why did lipstick close? So much shit all over the bathroom.
It was the
Shit
poo.
everywhere.
A literal shit
Blame
show.
it on the
But
poo.
it happened. I mean, it's happened more than because that one guy. I mean, these guys came in and they were having a big time singing karaoke.
Great time.
And my wife and I were out on the patio, and he was drunk. He came out that front door, and he just drops his pants and starts shitting on the water meter right there. Oh my God. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What the
I
fuck?
don't know why it's so much funnier that he just shit on the water meter.
I just don't understand.
I
like,
don't get it.
I am almost 51 years old, and at no point in my life, and I have been heavily intoxicated.
Where I would
many
take my
times.
pants down and
I
shit.
have never in my life thought I should probably drop trowel and take a poo. Never happened.
That's right.
And
Right,
then
never.
my bartender called a lift. Well, the lift pulls up, And he's trying to get in, can't hardly get his pants up. And my wife goes, he shit his pants, and that lift just drives away.
She said,
She's
not
looking
my
out.
lift.
Yeah, and he just starts running down the street with his pants halfway down, trying to pull him up. I'm thinking, oh my God.
Like, sir,
Oh, the humans. Some days they human are really
Yeah.
extra
maybe he
hard.
did. Maybe he did some poppers or something and loosened it
I
up.
don't know, but God.
Jesus.
I don't want to know.
I
No,
don't
but no pooping in public.
wanna know.
Save that for home.
Yeah.
Don't eat before you come out. Just don't.
And don't fucking do. Don't eat before you come out.
Don't
Or
poop
maybe
and
that's-
don't steal.
There you go.
Those are the two. And don't stand up on the chairs in the freaking booths.
People
Yeah.
try to do that.
That makes me insane. I'm like, what if I came over to your house and was just like, you know what I should do
Standing
right
on
now?
all your furniture.
Keep my shoes on and jump up and down on your sofa.
See, that's
Yeah.
the one thing is anytime I see someone doing
don't get that.
some vandalism or something stupid that I'm always just like, why don't you treat this like your home? Like, what
This
if
is
I
our
came into your home and did that?
Yeah.
Like, so where I
They
work,
don't
we've got the
care.
outside bar where you can smoke. There's fucking ashtrays galore.
And
I
they-
know
where
we're
they put 'em?
On the damn
On the
floor.
damn
Yeah.
floor.
There was one girl last week that like she's sitting at a table. There's literally 3 ashtrays at her table, and I just see her reach back and just flick her ash on the ground. So
What
I
in the
had
world?
so I had my mean bartender Ryan go over, and he was like, "Hey, there's an ashtray
It's
right here.
right
Like,
there.
Yeah.
Can you please stop ashing on the ground?" It's like, come on.
It's crazy.
Or
I
just
feel like people like the second they get a little booze in them and they just like have no all
They release
like,
their inhibitions.
Yeah.
It's like they don't behave.
No.
But I've had a
whatsoever.
ton of
Who
booze
raised
coursing
you?
through my system for the last 30 plus years.
Yeah, same.
And I
still
would do that.
And I would do that. Yeah.
You're just considerate.
I guess. But can't you be drunk considerate, same as sober considerate?
I don't think so.
No, it
Some,
doesn't.
not everybody.
Not everybody.
guess not.
The younger
No,
generation.
it's not. Well, we can't even blame it on the younger generation.
The real, yeah. It's
I'm
fair.
not. It's the older generation too. The older generation is the one who sticks the gum up underneath it.
Oh, not
yeah.
the gum. You guys got a lot.
Screw
You
that.
know,
Are you checking right now for gum?
everybody feel
Oh, we
for
clean
gum.
it. We have
Yeah.
to clean it. Yeah.
Oh no, I feel 2 pieces.
I'm sure you do.
That's the.
I have never.
Oh no.
I have never.
Yeah.
It's
That-
just
Oh, yeah.
silly.
You're gonna have to go.
I
scrub
hate
your
that.
hands.
Like
Yeah.
that makes no sense to me too. The gum under the table. That's just so gross to me.
Hey guys, if you put gum under the table, fuck you.
And if I
Ding it.
find it's
Ding
you,
it,
I'm
ding
gonna
it,
I'm
ding
gonna
it.
say
No, where's the boo
Where's
at?
the boo? I always forget.
Boo. Yes.
I'm gonna start
Oh,
saving
I like
the gum.
that one.
Start saving the gum, write their name on it. So next time they get a drink, we'll just put it in.
Here you
Be
go.
like,
Yeah,
here's your
as a
gum you left
garnish.
last time.
I like the
I'm
boo.
joking. I would never.
That'd be so gross. That and like when people put gum on like the rim of their glass always grosses me out too.
Well,
I
this
had one guy stick it to the side of the glass and I didn't know it and I put my hand on it to like bring it back and put it away and there was just gum on my hand. I was
Better
like,
than someone putting their false teeth in the glass.
please tell me that hasn't happened to you.
we did it at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse though. It was hilarious. That was so freaking funny.
Wait,
my
y'all
God.
did it?
Well, no, these are my real
No, I was
teeth.
gonna say.
These are our friends. One of them.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, can I have a glass of water, please? Plop.
I'll
sure
order those
did.
mashed
She-
potatoes.
Oh my God.
It was just sitting there on the table at Ruth's Chris, and I'm like, I'm just
As
gonna
long,
leave that.
you know, as long as she didn't leave them there.
But she didn't.
hey,
She didn't.
Oh, those were your pants days.
Oh yeah.
Your Italian pants.
Italian pants.
what's that mean? Would you like to indulge?
Well, they fit up to here. The back pocket was literally right here, and we're all like, "Hey, Jonda, can I borrow some money?" You just reach and grab your wallet right here. Like it was ridiculous. I don't know why.
Those
we
are
talk about
incredibly
this.
high-waisted pants.
But those are so cool back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not lying, y'all. Like,
They were
that
not
seems
above my boob.
Like, you said
They were
singular.
right under the boob, but they were not
Do you have 2 boobs or just one?
two.
Last time you checked.
2.
Two.
I have to check.
You never
They
know.
used to be really big, but not now.
That's okay.
Oh, so there's hope. Maybe one day my boobs will shrink a little bit.
No, you have to have them taken out. or
Oh,
put
okay.
in.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I had a couple put in.
Mm.
I got old as fuck. They were 25 years old, and I thought, okay, no more boobs.
Yeah. No more boobs.
You're like, time
Yeah.
to get these fuckers
Get
out.
these fuckers out.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that got their boobs done. They're like,
Not anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to get used because you don't see them anymore.
Yeah, you're used to seeing them in your peripheral, like right there.
Yeah.
Like I can see my shoes again. this is crazy.
My food.
I could see my bush again. That's what I'm
I
saying.
can see my bush again. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. To shave it, right?
No, ma'am. Bush all day. Shout out to my bush.
Now I know you're not a lesbian because you need to shave that shit. I ain't going down.
Is that a thing?
Jonda.
I ain't going down on no bush, honey. Hell no.
What about a landing strip?
They are over there just hee-hawing.
Yeah,
y'all.
They are.
a landing strip.
And do not poop your pants. I mean it.
No.
These are nicer chairs.
Or-
You're
or-
cleaning it up this time. We're
What
not
is the
tossing
last
these.
thing a pubic hair hears before it dies?
Oh, gross.
What?
I wish you would just shut your whore mouth.
Y'all are fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Wait,
well.
so this is just a random question.
so
but
confused.
I'm just curious. What do y'all like to drink? Like, what's your go-to drink?
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
The answer
Yes.
is yes. Yeah. That's a great answer.
Tea and vodka. I usually do vodka.
Yeah. It's easier to be an alcoholic with vodka.
Yeah.
It is.
I remember
Can't
when we were
smell it.
first dating and the bar wasn't that old. And I mean, she is drinking, y'all. I
Yeah.
mean, she is just heavy duty drinking.
I never drank
She was
before
never
I
a drinker.
opened
But she's drinking like buttery nipples.
Oh yeah.
So like
Yeah.
she's making her
Sugar.
coffee in the morning and just putting it. She's like, "Do you think I'm an alcoholic?" And I was like, "God no." I said, "No alcoholic would ever drink that sugary garbage." I was like, "Now when you start just like tossing back just some straight vodka or whiskey,
Yeah.
Then we'll-
That's
then we'll
not a
talk.
problem.
we'll discuss then."
Yeah.
Yeah, Kahlua
she-
and cream was a big
she's
one
the-
of mine too. I got drunk on Kahlua and cream.
That takes a lot to get.
That
drunk.
that
does.
does take a lot.
Yeah.
to
Well, I
get
wasn't
down.
used to drinking.
That's
True.
yeah.
But then she'd have 3 apple martinis, take off all of her clothes, and fold them up
Oh,
ever so
Jesus
nicely in the
God.
bathroom, and be like, "I'm ready to go to bed." And I'm like, "Cool, we're not at home. You might want to put your clothes back on and your boots."
Oops. Y'all have fun.
Yes, we had fun.
It was fun.
It was so much fun.
It was. We were always on the verge of closing, like every single day.
You
of
just
our
have to
lives.
laugh.
I just was like,
To stop
and you
from
couldn't
crying.
like go home and go, "Man, I had a shit day. My business is in trouble because she's in business with me."
Yeah.
So like, I could be like,
Nope.
There's
let
no
me
escaping
vent.
it.
It's
Yeah.
just like, girl, we might have a week. I don't know. People don't ever quite understand how small businesses thrive. And
Sure.
it's hard. Like I'll drive around and see new businesses pop open. I'm
It's
like,
hard.
how are they doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are they making enough money just to pay rent?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. No. You're fine.
How just to pay the note, not including, if they actually have somebody else work. We worked it for years. Like we had
Yeah, we did.
a very skeleton crew of
Yeah.
like 3 people.
How many y'all have on staff now?
A lot.
Yeah.
I think we have 25 people on payroll now.
Wow.
I'm
And
the
then-
main bartender now.
You are? I can see you behind the bar and someone be like, "I want this." And like, too
No.
bad you're getting this.
Like,
No.
Guess what? Shot of tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not chilled.
Not chilled. Oh God, no.
Fuck no.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you guys are doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first week I looked at John and I was like, if we can just keep up this pace right here,
Yeah.
we'll have enough to pay all of our bills this month. And that was so exciting
That was
because like I'm
exciting.
sitting here like shoving in, like I'm bartending to make money to shove in the
We
bar
both,
to
we
stay
both
open.
worked
Yeah.
lit by our tips.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah.
of our tips.
Well, but we were also supporting the bar with our tips.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
It was just how do we
was-
stay open? How do we get the longevity? The first year failure rate's what, 98%. The second year's 97%.
with no
Scary.
money in the bank.
Yeah.
And after
That's
5
with
years,
money in the
yeah,
bank.
that's with the way you're supposed to start bars.
There's no, honestly, the one thing that I've realized, I have my own business too, is like nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing, and you have to
No.
figure it out.
I told my sister that. She's like, I just never feel like I know what I'm doing. And I was like,
Nobody
does.
does.
They're
Good.
all liars.
Yeah.
If they tell you they know exactly what they're doing and what their
Nobody
path
does.
is, they are lying
Yeah.
to
100%.
themselves and to everybody else. Nobody has a clue. We're all just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
And I think what you guys have is like, no matter what, you guys always make sure this place stays afloat. Like you could have been like, "Hey, I'm gonna put all my tips," and the other person's like, "I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not gonna support the business." You guys, I feel like you guys align very much in that.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, because it's greater than we are.
Absolutely.
And there is such a need in this community,
Yeah.
in this state, in this city
100 fucking
for
percent.
this. And it's, I've always said selfish endeavor because we wanted a space, but same token, how many people during the pandemic reached out to us and they were
Yeah.
like, we just miss you guys so much. They needed this space because
Yeah.
this is their home. Their family may not accept them. Their job may not accept them. Their whomever may not. And this is their space they come to feel loved and accepted. And when you take that away too, on top of being, quarantined basically for
Yeah.
6 months,
Sucked.
that's a lot to take on as a human. I mean, John and I
Sucked.
just were on the phone every day, just bawling, just crying. I'm
It's
like, I
awful.
don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know how we're gonna reopen.
But we did.
Yeah.
By the grace of God.
yeah,
Yeah.
And the SBA.
And just the community, like
And
obviously,
the community showed up.
You guys have
Showed
a
up.
lot of fucking people that love you.
Yeah.
And I love you guys. We love you guys.
We love you.
Yeah. No, it's
The house of God's love is what I call it.
It is. And we've had church held in here several times now. It's just different. It's special. People, they'll be like, I feel it when I walk in here. I feel that love.
Yeah.
So that's the
Definitely.
whole point. That's what we want everybody to feel when they walk in the front door.
Acceptance.
I think you guys did a really good job at that.
Thanks, friend.
Thanks.
Wow. This is this is my favorite podcast that we've recorded thus far.
Honestly, same. Yeah.
So before we go, I have one last final question for both of you. If you could have a drink with anybody dead or alive, who would it be?
It'd be my father.
Yeah.
I'd sit down and have a drink with him, and I would ask him, would you still vote Republican right now? I know he would say, hell no. No, I would, all jokes aside, I would love to just see his face. And he died when I was 37. And he was my hero.
Yeah.
Always will be. So intelligent, so compassionate, so loving, smart. And I know he would love this place. And I would just like to hear what he would say.
Yeah.
I know what your father would say.
Well, my answer is literally, we did not discuss this.
Yeah.
Really?
Mine was to have a drink because I'm selfish with my dad and my Momo.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wouldn't have asked those questions. I just wanted to see him one more time.
Well, I would love to see him, yeah.
You could meet him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why every single time.
Why?
I
Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn
cry.
it.
I mean, I was like,
She gets
anybody
teary-eyed, I get teary-eyed.
alive or
Right.
dead. I was like,
You cry, I cry.
it doesn't have to be somebody famous. I'm like,
Yeah.
totally like my grandma who owned the bar. I mean, what a badass woman. I've had people come in here and they're like, what's your last name? And I'm like, Sapan. And they're like, did your
She's
dad
badass.
or grandma, like who owned a bar up in Springfield? And I'm like, my Momo and my grandpa John.
Amazing.
And he passed away the year before I was born. But Momo kept it open for another 8 years.
Yeah.
And she was very well known for her brisket barbecue.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because Illinoisans, we gonna eat the beef, not the pork.
Yes.
And a side of corn would be great. But and like the barbecue sauce here is literally her recipe.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's
So
Momo's
good.
barbecue
That's
sauce.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then my dad helped her out at the bar, and he owned his own sporting goods shop, and he was just this magnificent man who was everything.
Yeah.
He died when I was 26, so in 2000, right before the bar opened. After he told me no, but he probably already knew I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
now my mom did get to come in here, which was really cool. It took her a couple of years to come in. She wasn't real hip on the whole gay thing. I don't know if she thought women were going to hit on her, and I'm like, ma'am.
Chill.
But she came in here, and of course, she was in a wheelchair, so she's sitting up here at the front booth, and everybody just treated her like a queen.
So good,
She was the queen bee. She was Miss Connie. They all treated her like
Yeah.
she was everything.
She
And
loved it.
she found this instant love here,
Yeah.
and she'd be like, she always called it the tavern. Because up in Illinois, if it
It's
says
tavern.
Sapan's Tavern, there's
Yeah.
a Sapan working.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the family's name and then tavern.
Yeah.
She's like, are you going to the tavern tonight? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
The lounge,
The
Mom,
lounge.
It's the
Yeah.
lounge, but we could call it, you
Lounge.
can call it tavern. She's like, well, I think I'd like to go tonight. I'm like, well, let's get you ready. Like and then even whenever she finally had to go to the nursing home, she'd be like, I think I'm going to call are you okay if I call the cab to come get me? And I'm like, come on.
Come on.
Because they would
go.
take her whole motorized wheelchair and drop her back off
Drop
down
her
here
back,
and
yeah.
come and pick her up when she was ready to go
That's amazing.
with her little to-go food.
Yep.
I'd like 2 chicken tenders and 5 French fries.
God, I know.
Hyper specific order.
And then
Yes.
to go, I need 2 BLTs with 2 orders of French fries for Myra and her little roommate.
Yes.
Oh.
It was a hoot.
Precious.
Well, that's awesome that she was able to
Yeah,
come see it.
it was cool that she got to be here. I wish my Momo and my dad could have seen it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because my Momo, she would have been sitting up on that bar top, like,
Drinking her CC
all 4'10" of her.
and water.
Oh,
She-
tiny but mighty.
Yeah.
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 Well, she wore a teddy when she was in her 80s. 70s.
I have a picture
Jesus.
of her. It's so
She's
funny.
got her teddy on. I'm like, holy shit.
Okay.
She was just a
now.
little
Still
bit
got it.
nothing. A little bit nothing. Yeah. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Well, hell yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for being
Thanks.
on.
This has been fun.
Before we go, let people know how they can find you
Okay.
on Instagram.
On IG, we are _lipstick_lounge. On Facebook, we are the Lipstick Lounge.
Period.
And on TikTok, we are the Lipstick Lounge.
Oh, you on the TikTok?
Oh, she's on the TikTok.
We do. We have a TikTok.
We are on
Lauren
TikTok.
has been doing them, and they're amazing.
Hell,
Yes.
TikTok's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how to do it. Jonda does.
Oh,
She's
I'm on it.
She
Nice.
sends me.
So are we.
She sends me all day, every day. That's what she does.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I listen to debates,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
and-
yeah.
But I'm not gonna go like live on it. I'm not doing
No.
No.
You're just doom scrolling,
No,
not
no.
posting. Yeah.
I have
I did the
one.
same
I
thing.
don't even know how to do anything with it.
Yeah, my business partner
I
does
have
all
to
mine.
pay other people to do things like that.
Hey, that's a outsource what you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Yes.
you guys are amazing.
Thanks.
Y'all come do some karaoke here. Y'all
Yeah.
are just like you said earlier, you have
Yes.
something going on like 7 days a week. Pride this weekend. This was
Yes.
on after Pride, but
Yeah.
Godspeed this week.
Godspeed.
It's gonna stay hot. I mean, not stay hot. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hot, stay hydrated, and stay gay.
Yes.
How about
I
that?
like it.
I like it. I like it.
Love
Ding it. One more time.
Where's the
Hell
yay?
yeah.
Is this the yay?
Maybe?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Before we
Thank
go,
you.
make sure you give us a call at 347-927-8333. If you guys have a fun story of you here at the Lipstick Lounge,
Yeah. Leave a voicemail.
if you were here for what we call our poop thong,
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo-thong.
doo-doo-thong, let us know. You can find us at Wasted Truth Pod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yep.
That's
yep,
all of it.
yep.
You can find me at Jelly Vanilli with 2 eyes, and you can find Nick
At Nicolette K, spelled Nikoletteek.
And remember, your hair looks great.
And we love you.
And be gay and do crime.
Don't do crime.
Love you.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.